Hello and welcome to this video in the trigonometry series. This one all about bearings. Now, there are two different types of bearings when we're talking about this in terms of trigonometry. There are the compass bearings, which you can see on screen, and the true bearings. So for compass bearings, we'll start there. They're the easy ones to work with. We have our north, south, east, and west directions. They are our compass directions. And then we have northeast, southeast, southwest, and northwest. And then we have the angles that those lines make with the north-south line. So the north-south line is here in my blue pen. That's our north-south line. So all of these angles come out from there. So all the angles come out from that north-south line. So we have northeast, that's the angle in here. If we want southwest, we want that angle. If we want east, east is this angle here. Okay, we never come from the east-west line, we always come from the north-south line in terms of these bearings. Let's have a quick look at the true bearings. So here we have our true bearings. And true bearings are working clockwise from north. Clockwise from north. So here's our north-south line, our vertical line. And it always comes clockwise from north. So it always comes around this way. Okay? So it follows the line of your clock. And it always comes from that north line and has 3 digits. So here's our 3 digits there. Now it always does come out from that north line. So here we have our north line in this little example down here. And you can see that there's a little angle there of 30 degrees. Now in compass bearings, it's north 30 degrees west because it's coming from the north and heading west. But for our true bearings, we need to start here at north and come all the way around to get the other distance, the other measurement out of the 360, which is our 330 degrees true. Now that we've seen a little bit of what these are, let's have a look at some examples. Okay, here's our first example. We want to know the compass bearing. The compass bearing of A from O, O being the one in the middle, the origin, and B from O. So A from O, here's A. There's our A line. We can see that little measurement in there is 30 degrees. 30 degrees. So we start from north. Okay, we're going to start from north and head towards that line. So it's the short distance from the vertical. So our north is going to be the first bit. It's heading towards east. So I'm going to put in an E at the end. And then in the middle is where we're going to put our degrees, which is 30 degrees. Okay. So in terms of following this process, we start with our north-south line. So we have our north-south or our vertical. Then we want our degrees in the middle. And then we want our east-west line. So they're the 3 parts. Okay, north-south, east degrees, east-west. Right, so north-south, degrees, east-west. You can see in the example we've got the north and the north-south, the degrees, and then the east or west. Okay, that's how this is working. In terms of B, for B, we want B from O. So here's B down here. I might just change my colour. Here's B. And you can see that this is 120 degrees from that vertical of north. All right. We don't want that one yet because that is true bearing. We want it to come from north or south. So we actually want that little theta distance. Okay, so the easiest way to do this. Now we could take 90 from 120 and then get the difference and then take that from 90 again. Don't need to worry about all of that. We're going to recognize that the north-south line is 180 degrees. That straight line is 180 degrees. Therefore, we can go 180 degrees minus 120 degrees. So that's going to get us in here. So this in here is the 180 minus 120. Okay, that's what that's going to be worth. So now we can do our system. Our north-south. So we've got to go whether it's north or south. And in this case, B is south. So we start with the S. We are still on the eastern side of our compass rose. So in terms of this third section, it's going to be the E. And then we want our degrees in here. So what was 180 minus 120? Well, that is going to give you 40 or 60 rather degrees, not 40 degrees, 60 degrees. It's going to give you 60 degrees. So we're going to pop that 60 degrees right in there. Okay, so just remember for compass bearings, start with either north or south, whichever one it's closest to, the degrees out from that north-south line, and then whether it's closer to east or west. Okay, and that is compass bearings. Let's look now for some true bearings. So here are our true bearings. We want to do the same thing. So we're still going from the origin in here in the O. We're going to go C from O and D from O. Okay. So let's look at C from O first. C from O is going to be the easy one because it's given to us. Okay. It's given to us. So remember, for true bearings, we are just coming straight from north. So it's like the clock face now. So we follow the clock face around and we get 210 degrees. So to write this one up, it is a 3-digit number, the degree symbol, and T. So it is a 3-digit number, all right, degrees, T. And that's how we're going to write it. So here we've got 210 degrees T. Reason why it's 3 digits is because a full revolution is 360 degrees. So we don't need any more than 3 digits. So we keep the 3 digits in there. Let's look at D now. D is a little bit trickier. Alright. So I'm going to look at this one here, and I actually need all the way around. All the way around. So it's going to be a little bit harder to do if we try to do 210 plus 60 plus whatever's in the middle, because we don't actually know what this angle here is. Okay, we don't actually know that angle that I've just highlighted, so that makes it a little bit tricky. What we do know is that here is a 90-degree angle. So because that's a 90-degree angle, in here we have 90 minus 60 degrees. And you've probably already guessed that that's going to be 30 degrees in there. Okay, so we now know that this big blue line is going to be 360, because we want to go all the way around, minus 30 degrees. Okay, we want that minus 30 degrees because that will give us our whole bit around. Okay, it's going to give us all of this. We know that's 30, so this bit here is the difference from between 360 and 30. So 360 minus 30, well, that's going to be 330. So we want 330 degrees T. Hopefully this has given you some help, a little bit of guidance on using bearings. Good luck with all of the questions you'll do in this regard, and we'll see you in the next video.